So my name is Brian Hamlett. I am an undergraduate advisor for the School of Biological Sciences. I've worked in a lot of different fields prior to higher education, ranging from commercial fishing in Alaska to running industrial kitchens in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I've always enjoyed work that helps others. So when I moved back to the States, I got a master's in college counseling and student development and have been working in higher education for about 4 years now. So I see computing kind of all around us in every field. There hasn't been an industry that I've worked in where the need for computing literate individuals was not really needed. And more, I see the need for these individuals like you all probably watching this video who have computing skills who are interested in gaining those skills to work in industries that help provide those basic needs for people. So, for example, working at my previous institution, we sent our CSE students to forget exactly what country. I think it might have been the Congo, but this team of students went to help digitize all government hospital records to help transition away from keeping everything on paper. So there are so many things that need to be done that a background in computer is going to help achieve just such a wide variety of goals, specifically in places that are still developing and need a lot of these things and records or manuals, whatever it might be, but to get those digitalized, get those onto a website or into a network. But basically from higher ed to hospitals, having computer skills is very much needed. So I work primarily with biology students, and we do have a bioinformatics major. And so I'm not super familiar with the current trends of advising like CSE specific students. But in general, I see that there is simply a lot of work and a lot of time that goes into these classes and a lot of prerequisites, co-requisites, things to get involved in. So I would say that a lot of students often have the need for kind of like work-life balance and finding those things outside of computing to balance their time so that they don't get burned out. So for students who are interested in getting involved in computing, I would check out all the resources. So if you haven't checked out the Computing Pathways website, definitely do that and reach out to other students who are in computing to kind of get a feel of what it's like to be within one of those majors or even in one of the minors. And also reach out to faculty, the departments, just to kind of get as much information and resources available to you as possible so that you are as prepared as possible to jump in and be successful. So for current students who are studying computing, I would highly advise them to reflect on their energy management. So oftentimes we are told to really focus on our time management, but even if it's theoretically possible to fit X, Y, and Z into an afternoon, that may drain you of all the energy you need to get A, B, and C done in the evening. So don't just try to schedule everything out based off of how much time it would take you if you were doing nothing else that day, but also take into consideration how much of your own mental energy it takes to complete those tasks and enter that into your equation for when you're planning out your day, your week, your month. But be aware of your own energy, what fills you up and what drains you. I think one of the most common issues I see students facing across the board is simply not taking care of their own mental well-being. So I would just highly advise students to try and get outside every day, or go on a walk, call a friend, do something that reminds you of who you are and what you love to do, so that you don't completely get absorbed into your schoolwork or your job and all your responsibilities, but also take time to reflect on just being a human being and making sure that your mental well-being is taken care of.